else to be seen in this country and in the world. He's bringing real, authentic nature to businesses and their presentations. And that is what's so important as we go forward and build businesses in today.
Hi, my name is Rand Brenner.
Nice car.
You should see my other one.
My expertise is in licensing. My background is having worked at Warner Brothers Consumer Products. I licensed the first 2 Batman movies that grew to over $1 billion. Worked on all the other kids' brands there, such as Looney Tunes, Spielberg's Tiny Toon Adventures. And I also was Vice President of Licensing at Saban Entertainment, where I ran the licensing division for the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, one of the largest kids' brands in the world, generated over $3 billion. Worked with all the major manufacturers, the toy companies, t-shirts, hats, packaged goods, fast food, beverage. Putting together very large deals. We licensed thousands of products and built up a very successful brand that is still active today, and Power Rangers eventually led to Saban selling the company for over $6 billion to Disney. So I've had extensive experience with licensing, intellectual property. Now I work as with my own company. I work with entrepreneurs, small businesses, individuals with intellectual property, and how we develop that intellectual property, license it, monetize it, and leverage it up to create revenue streams for their intellectual property. I've been associated and affiliated with CEO Space since its inception. Bernie and I go back since before that. And through that time, there were some challenges and issues that occurred, some of which may be some legal issues that perhaps you may have read about or seen on the internet. And for any of you who perhaps have never been involved in these kind of prosecutions, it's not always necessarily what actually occurred that becomes the central focal point of these cases. And so I encourage you, if you are thinking at taking this at face value, that is not the situation. I've known Bernie for, as I said, over 21 years, having been there. You can research me if you like. You can Google me. You'll find my background and history of licensing at the studios that I've been at. So I don't say these things lightly. I don't share these things. I wouldn't associate myself with Bernie or CEO Space if I was not believing not only in him, but in this process. CEO Space is a fabulous product. I wouldn't be here. I've been teaching here for 21 years. Okay, I've been involved since the inception of this company. I've staffed it. I've spoke at it. I've helped Bernie run it, and I promote it to many, many of my close colleagues. I share it with all of my top business contacts, all my networks throughout my licensing, all the manufacturers, the licensees that I've worked with over the years. I wouldn't do that if I had any doubt about this product, and I can assure you everybody that I have presented this product who's attended here have been impressed, which is probably an understatement. They have seen a quality product, and I continue to do so. This is something that's growing and continues to change. And as I introduce more and more of my database to it, as people find me, because I continue to connect with people that I've worked with over 20 years in the entertainment industry, and they say, Rand, what are you up to? I share with them CEO Space. I don't do that lightly. These are relationships that I've built over the years. And so it's something to think about, that when you evaluate CEO Space and what it is something that is beyond an explanation in terms of the value that it can create for you. So I encourage all of you, if you have any questions about CEO Space, ask them. If you want to know more details about Bernie, be sure you talk to somebody who has had the experience and the knowledge and the insight about the background. But more importantly, take a look at CEO Space. It's a product that you will not find anywhere. It's got incredible value beyond anything I could explain to you here, and I assure you it is a decision that will be the best decision you've ever made.
But more importantly, I'm looking forward to getting to know you, each and every one of you, and doing what I can to help you guys to move your businesses to the next level.
Well, we're going to talk about what things you have to achieve. What's the sequence and steps to achieving success with your businesses?
Hi, my name is Vincent Molina. I'm an instructor at CEO Space. I met CEO Space 15 years ago when I was actually training in the company. My background started when I was 20 years old. I was the youngest corporate trainer for a Fortune 500 company. I came from an entrepreneurial background. I've also been a legislative aide, and I've also been on the hiring review boards for universities to hire professors. Now, through my experience in business, is one thing I've always been told is to discount 50% of what you're hearing, and if there's still value, listen. So when I met CEO Space, I listened to what was being said by the speaker, which was Berny Dohrmann, and I thought about what my mentors told me, and I started discounting what I was hearing, and there was such tremendous value, I wanted to take advantage of looking into more of it. So I did my due diligence. Since then, what's occurred, because since the last 15 years I've been here, giving of my time, tithing back to people, you're going to find when you listen to the people that are sharing their testimony that we've all endorsed CEO Space at a level, and we give it back here and tithe of our time, because for me, it's my philanthropic work. Why? Because, as you've heard probably already by listening to other testimonials, is that there's one lesson that Berny Dohrmann has learned, which is about being transparent, and from learning from what he went through, like we all have learned, we've had experiences, is to be over-compliant and to give people the lessons we've learned through the process. I've had my own things happen to me through my entire life, and we do this with our children, we do this with our businesses and our employees, because we are continually learning about the things that we have to do and execute.
Good afternoon to all of you viewing throughout the world. My name is Nicole Sherman, and I am the Executive Vice President and Chief Banking Officer of a regional bank on the West Coast. And I just got off of stage presenting at Super Teaching to over 140 countries. And many of you I know are viewing this deciding, gosh, is CEO Space the place for me to be? And here's what I invite you to just tune into. As an executive, I learned about CEO Space a couple of years ago and decided not to take the opportunity to come to CEO Space. And recently, within the last 6 months or so, I had it represent itself in my life. And here's what I can tell you. I have been in the banking business as an executive, award-winning executive for over 22 years. And when I came to CEO Space, I thought there was nothing that I could learn. That surely through different programs and systems and all of that I have been through out there in the world, that there's no way that there would be something for me to gain here. But I'm here to tell you that there is everything for you to gain. If you're a CEO of a startup company, a mid-sized company, a hyper-growth company, or you're looking towards your exit strategy, this is the place for you to be. There are tools in the breakout classes, in the super teaching, in the one-on-ones, in the networking. This is the place for you to be. I know because I'm here and I keep coming back, and every time there is something here. So I invite you to come and join me and all the other hundreds of thousands of graduates here at CEO Space.
Unlike many of my clients, Berny Dohrmann has said, if anybody asks, tell them, explain it to them, give them the whole history. You know, Berny Dohrmann for the last 20 years has run this organization in a way that is of utmost integrity, being fully transparent with his history and telling everyone, don't do what I did, and if you want to hear the story and if you want to know how it happened, by all means go look at the trailer of the movie. There's a movie about it. It's a very interesting story. So if you have any questions about Bernie's background, feel free to contact me.
The question here is what happened, who was responsible for it happening, and what can we do to prevent this sort of thing from happening again?
Who could have done this?
Government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
What? The jury's gonna believe me. The deal is done. I'm sorry. This is just how the justice system works.
This is not the American dream. It's an American nightmare.
the outside world didn't know, that the guy that was prosecuting was my best friend that I grew up with in Catholic school from grade 4. And we did everything together. And so it was personal. And he just, was going to beat me. He had to win. He had actually taken me to court before, and I won each time. So now it was like he was going to win. And so it was one of those battles. Now this is regarding something that's like 22 years ago, but I just want to bring it forward to you that, I've lived through that. And Steve knows that I exist in a world called over-compliance. I want you on that day to win. I want to teach you things from the perspective, having been through that you will always sleep like a baby and never have to worry. So you've been an SEC prosecuting lawyer?
Yes, sir. Except occasionally we made mistakes.
You've been teaching here, 10 years?
Yeah, about exactly.
Now, somebody's out there, they found out about Berny Dohrmann. What would you say to the person that's really nervous about that?
I'd say, A, it was a long time ago. B, it was a case that it actually went criminal. People didn't understand the distinction. That was a mistake. Like you were saying, it's clear someone had a personal vendetta going, and there's nothing you can do if someone's got that going. That's not a case I would have brought, let's put it that way.
Hi, my name is Lisa Nichols. And so you just saw the blog of Bernie and all the conversation about the things that people choose to spend their energy on and past. Let me tell you, I've known Berny Dohrmann for over 14 years. I've raised my son in his presence. I've built my business in his organization.
Author Lisa Nichols, a member of our secret panel.
We now welcome Lisa Nichols, a motivation.
You can't just believe it. You can't just sit back and think it's going to happen. You have to get up and do.
I can't find a man of more integrity and more fairness. Let me explain to you something. Every single one of us have made choices. Every single one of us has a history. But I want to ask you, are you more committed to your future than are you more committed to your past? Berny Dohrmann is a man that's about results. I know his family, I know his children. I trust him with everything. He has helped me to navigate my career for one reason, to touch millions. I came to his organization, a young woman with a dream. And now, I live the life I love, and I love the life I live because of his vision, because of his hard work, because of his integrity. Your commitment to creating a magical, yet realistic place for entrepreneurs to meet and share their dreams. And then create clear, concrete plans to achieve them has been invaluable to me. You were the beginning of this awesome and breathtaking journey. Thank you. So if someone's giving you information or you found some information, don't get caught up in an old conversation and eliminate a new possibility for yourself. Trust me when I say, CEO Space is the place you want to be if you have a dream. And Berny Dohrmann is a good man to lead it. He's a CEO, he's a leader, and most of all, he's my friend.
My name is